Hello, I'm Nick Leeming, and today I'm going to show you how to clean a set of brass Northumbrian pipes. A brass set is the usual entry-level set, and it's really important to have clean pipes if you're performing or if you're going in for a competition. It's also really useful if you're familiar enough with your pipes to be able to clean them, because it leads into the next stages of proper fettling. If your pipes are made of plated nickel silver, you don't need to polish them as much because quite simply you'll erode the plating away. So today I'm concentrating on cleaning a set of brass pipes. The actual polish you use is really important. Do not use this kind of liquid metal polish, the kind you shake and clean stuff with. The reason is that if you use it, then you end up with white residue around the grooves of the pipes and also in the grooves of the metal. I've done this a little bit over the top to exaggerate it. The kind of stuff I recommend is this stuff. It's wadding. It's really simple to use. You just need a small amount because you're polishing small pipes. So take your wadding and just rub the drone. Notice I've got my finger supporting the brass at the back because I'm pressing down hard and I don't want to damage or misalign the ferrule. Then twist to get the polish and the wadding into the grooves in the brass. Move up and do the same with the top of the drone. And lastly, pull out the plunger and the ball on the end. And polish it. Nice clean piece of cloth, soft cloth. The last bit. That really brings up the end of the valve. A nice, clean drum sliding part. Other parts to do are the ferrules on the stocks and the keys. Now, to do the keys, you need to take a great deal of care. You don't want to be pushing too hard on the key and distorting the spring. So I always stick a finger or a thumb under the far end of the key to polish it so that the key itself doesn't move when it's being polished. Then take it down towards the end of the key. Gently polish. Then, if you can, do the sides of the key. Again, use your cloth. And bring it up nicely. Just repeat that for all the keys on the pipes and all the bits of brass. Don't forget the bits on your bellows as well. And that should give you a really nice clean set of pipes. Cleaning pipes is not just about polishing the metal, it's also about keeping the pipes themselves nice and clean, the wood. Here it's very important for you to know what your pipes are made of, what the pads on the keys are made of. These are leather, and leather's fine. It's usually held on with shellac or a form of glue, but some pipes will have plastic pads made of foam neoprene, and if you see these, you can see that the pad itself looks different to a leather pad. It is plastic, it is pitted, and the important thing to remember about these, when I compare it to a leather pad, the plastic pads are often held on with self-adhesive glue, and this can be dissolved by oil, which you use to clean the pipes. So establish that you've got leather pads on your pipes, and then use a simple oil. I use a leather oil, but any form of liquid paraffin will do. If you use a vegetable oil like olive oil or corn oil, remember that you can get a residue. I use a sawn-off paintbrush. I simply get a little bit of oil on the paintbrush tip, and to lubricate the pad I will just do that and wipe a small amount of oil onto the undersurface of the pad. This keeps the leather supple. I'll also put, when I'm cleaning, a little bit of oil on the actual chanter itself, and then I will use a cotton bud and I will simply clean around the side. Now you've got to do this carefully because you don't want to dislodge your pad, but if you have a look at that and you see just how much muck and filth has come off that one pad, you'll see how much it needed doing. So if you do that for all your keys and clean also under the pads as well in here, because again you can get an awful lot of muck out that way, and it keeps your chanter nice and clean. If you want to lubricate the springs on the keys and the pivot, just a little bit of oil in the sides of the keys and at the back where the spring is, and that gives you just that little bit, because it is a machine, it just helps things move nicely and also reduces wear a little bit. Finally, if you do have plastic pads and you do want to clean around the pipes, just use a little bit of water and clean around there. This won't bring much off, certainly nothing as much as the oil, but at least you'll get rid of some of the dirt.